What's up? My name is Steve Mestis, and I am the student ministry pastor here at Encounter Church, and I'm here today for your Encounter encouragement. And this morning, I want to go through Acts chapter 2. It says this: on the day of Pentecost, all the believers were meeting together in one place. Suddenly there was a sound from heaven like the roaring of a mighty windstorm, and it filled the house where they were sitting. Then what looked like flames or tongues of fire appeared and settled on each of them, and everyone present was filled with the Holy Spirit and began speaking in other languages. At that time there were devout Jews from every nation living in Jerusalem. When they heard that loud noise, everyone came running, and they were bewildered to hear their own languages being spoken by the believers. They were completely amazed. "How can this be?" they exclaimed. "These people are all from Galilee, and yet they hear them speaking in our native languages. And we all hear these people speaking in our languages about the wonderful things God has done." They stood there amazed and perplexed. "What can this mean?" they asked each other. But others in the crowd ridiculed them, saying, "They just are drunk, and that's all." And then verse 14, it says, "Then Peter stepped forward." I love this whole scene. Can you just imagine sitting there and just seeing this mighty windstorm just start taking place and seeing actual tongues of fire above people's heads, and they're speaking in your language, and they're so confused that they sit there and go, they must be drunk. But Peter steps forward. And if you go back to Peter's story, he was a screw up, a loudmouth, and he made many mistakes. Even one time he even denied even knowing Jesus. And I love what happens to Peter when the Holy Spirit comes upon him. He changes. And the verse 14 is so amazing when he says, "Then Peter stepped forward with the 11 other apostles and shouted to the crowd." He said, "Listen carefully." And he begins to tell them what is happening. And he's beginning to tell them what's happening, these prophecies that are being fulfilled at this very moment. And I just want to remind us that we have that same Holy Spirit upon us. And we kind of cower back and kind of work in our fleshly nature a lot, like Peter did back in the Gospels. But when the Spirit comes upon you, you begin to become bold and powerful and begin to move in mighty ways. And I just want to encourage you, tap into that Spirit once in a while. I think a lot of times we kind of just put him on the shelf and kind of just leave him be. And the Holy Spirit wants to move forward and move in you. If you liked this encouragement, please like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Have a good day.